Good morning, guys. Seeing that you guys loved my last work from home, I thought it'd be fun to do another one, and I really enjoyed filming it. So I thought I'll kind of take you guys through my morning routine a bit, the skincare and stuff I use. I actually couldn't fall asleep. It's Friday today, and I usually work from home Thursday, Friday. I'm in office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But for whatever reason, I just could not have a deep sleep. Like, I've been tracking my sleep lately. My sleep last night was atrocious. Anyways, I've washed my face and I use the low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser by Cosrx. I do toss up between a few things depending on how I'm feeling and what I'm doing. Like, usually if I'm in the office I wear some makeup, but when I'm at home working from home I don't. I've been using this rice toner from Korea, so it's the K Beauty brand. I really like it. It's like a milky rice consistency. I need like a fan. Next up, I go in with my Advanced Nail 96 Mucinthal Essence. I love this. Again, it's from Cosrx. I'm literally, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's how much I've got left. I need to go and buy another one. I've got a few things going on today. Usually, for whatever reason, Fridays are very busy for us. We do try to get a lot of offers out, like, to candidates on a Friday, because then they can review the offer and the contract, digest it over the weekend, and if they've got any queries then they can send that through. While I let that kind of settle and marinate a bit, I go on with my Laneige lip sleeping mask, one of my favorite lip balm ever. Last step is I go with my Beauty of Chosen sunscreen. Holy grail, I love this to bits. I wish I listened to my school teachers, my parents, especially my mum, when she told me to wear sunscreen when I was a kid. But of course I didn't, and now, as of recently, in the past couple of years, it's such a huge thing for everyone to be wearing sunscreen now. We understand the sun damage now, we understand. I love this one because it doesn't leave you feeling greasy, it doesn't give you a white cast, which a lot of sunscreen I've tried in the past would give me down to my neck. That is literally all I do in the morning when I'm working from home to get ready. Very basic. I'm gonna go and do some stretching and some Pilates, my meditation. So we've made it slowly but surely to my little office slash dressing room. I'm currently packing at the moment, so half the rack I've actually taken downstairs because it's easier, but stay tuned for a packing video, or vice versa, the packing video might go up before this one. We'll see. But it's currently 7:40 a.m. I do like to log in a little bit earlier. I just prefer it that way. My brain actually computes better in the morning. By about 3 p.m. I'm like going downhill, so I try to do as much deep work as I can and more of my priorities in the morning. But on my lists my little priority list today. I really need to complete my process notes. A lot of stuff is up here, at least 4 years worth of stuff is up here, and I need to put it down on a Word document somewhere so it's available. There's so much, like you don't realize how much you have to document until you do it and you're like, oh my god. So one of my tasks is also linking with all of our pillar leads. So these pillar leads are pretty much the head of the department, and pretty much asking them what a consultant's first 3 months will look like, and make sure that, you know, we are looking after our staff, we are onboarding these new joiners as best as we can. There's a lot to go in, because you think about how many roles you've got in a company, that's how many roles we need to deal with, so that's on the list. But the third one I've got on my list here is linking in with all of our managers that have associate consultants reporting into them. So we've got a new group of grads for 2024, which they're starting next week, but the associate consultants are graduates who's been promoted to associate consultants, and in that there's a lot of comms you need to do to make sure that their transition plan is in place. And so I've got a meeting with the managers today to pretty much give them the layout of the land, and explain what they need to do as managers. So that's pretty much everything on my list as priorities for today. And then of course I've got a whole bunch of random stuff that will pop up, because it always happens. Someone wants to call, someone needs to chat about something. Mid-lunch break, cleaning. So I've had a few requests to kind of speak on what stepping points can you get to be promoted and at some point become a HR business partner. So I'm going to speak on it from my experience and how I've become a senior HR business partner. As a starting point, we all start off in a HR admin or HR coordinator role, and I personally think that's a really good stepping stone, because in those roles you are literally learning everything in the HR cycle. You do a little bit of recruitment, you go through the learning and development, you're meeting managers, you're building relationships, you're doing the contracts and getting offers out. You may be included in health and safety and well-being. So I personally think that it kind of gives you a good stepping stone to go into your next step. I think it really helps with deciding what you like and what you don't like. So for example, I mentioned previously in my other video that I started off dabbing in recruitment, thinking that I really enjoy it and I really wanted to do it. I wanted to screen candidates, I wanted to book an interview. I realized that along the line, I'm like, I don't love it that much. So I was able to move out of that and go back into a more generalist type of role. I think if I didn't start off where I did and realize that I didn't like it, and being able to have space to kind of grow into that, I may still be in recruitment and probably not enjoying my time. So I think starting off in any role, really, in any career, get as involved as you can in the whole cycle. So then you can really choose a specific focus area if you like. Like for example, I've had friends go into an HR role and they really enjoy the learning and development side of things. So they've actually decided to branch off and go into an L&D space. Whereas I realized that I really like to do it all, and I like to know what's going on in a company from A to Z. So I went from an HR admin all the way to an HR advisor jumped up to an HR business partner, and as of last year I've just been promoted to a senior HR business partner. It's really dependent on the company and also the industry you work for. So I've gone into a tech business. So I've really had the chance to grow and learn more about it in my industry and been promoted through that. And I guess on the promotion front, you really need to express that you want to get to a certain point. Like, say if you want to become an HR business partner, you need to be talking to your manager about this to ask, what can I put in place to get me from a advisory role to a business partner? Or what can I learn, or what do I need to do to get from an HR admin to an HR advisory? So you need to be having those internal conversations with your manager. So it also sparks a little, Linda here is actually really keen to learn and she wants to be able to get to this point. What can I do to help her? So they will help you if they want you to succeed. If they don't, get out the door.
I came across this quote recently as I stumbled into a random bookstore on my lunch break. It goes, "Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. Either you run the day or the day runs you." Work can be crazy busy at times. We bring certain emotions home with us because 1, we're stressed out, we're worried about some feedback we may have gotten, made a mistake, the list goes on. But I wanted to remind you and myself that our identity is not attached to our career and what we do. It's not what our title is, but it's who we are, what we enjoy doing, and who we show up as. So, remember to take your lunch breaks. Go for that walk if you need to get away from your desk. Take a moment to breathe before you start that presentation. Always take some of the play, fun, and freedom from our weekend into our work week.